Hello and welcome back to another video. It's been about a year since I did my last Q&A. I think it was January 2015, and a lot has changed with me and my channel since then. So in my recent video I asked you guys to ask me some questions, so in this video we're going to answer them. Eulerix asks, if you could have one game, any game that has already been announced or is already out, which one would you choose? Overwatch, definitely. I haven't got into the beta of that game, unfortunately, but everyone that's played it seems to be raving about how fucking good the game is. I am in desperate need of a good first-person shooter. The last one that really captured me was Halo 3, and it's been a long time since I played that, so Overwatch is definitely the game I'm most hyped for. Biss, Anu, and quite a few other people are asking which class am I most looking forward to playing in Legion, and what class will I main. Obviously, there's a lot more class changes to come in the Legion Alpha, so it's hard to say now, but if it was to go by Warlords of Draenor, it's probably the Mage, because I really love Fire and Frost. I was really looking forward to the Demon Hunter, but currently, the last time I played it, it had a really boring playstyle, so unless that changes dramatically, it's probably going to be the Mage, as long as they don't screw it up. Big Bambi asks, how long did it take you to start making a living off YouTube? I think there's also a few other similar questions in the comments here as well. I think I released my first YouTube video April 2014, and I went full-time on YouTube December the 7th, 2014, so less than a year. It was a huge risk for me though, because I only had 15k subscribers at the time, and I saw misleading ad revenue because December is the best paid month for the whole year on YouTube. You earn 3 times the amount of money you would in December compared to January. I didn't know this at the time, so after I went full time and saw my December earnings, I was like, okay, this is enough to cover my basic bills, we're going to be fine. Then it came to January and I saw a fucking huge drop off and I thought, oh shit, I have done this way too early. But we got through those tough months and we're doing okay now. Andrew asks, do you plan on going back to older games and continue to go to endgame, such as The Elder Scrolls Online? I actually do. I'm going to do a series called Journey to Level Cap soon for only the MMOs that I like, so Terra, Wildstar, ESO, and Guild Wars 2. And it's basically going to be similar to my first impressions, but me making progress towards level cap, and then experiencing endgame. After that, I might do a full review for those games, but I'm not going to do it for every MMO because some of them destroyed my fucking soul during the leveling. Kat Reese asks, which first impressions have you tried that you enjoyed the most and hated the most? I'm pretty sure the one I enjoyed the most was Black Desert Online. That game just surprised me so much. I fucking adored the combat, and it had a lot of little features that I just didn't expect it to have, plus the fact that it's completely open world. That is my most anticipated MMO, and it comes out in a few months, I think, this quarter. The one that I've hated the most has to be between Skyforge and Otherland. Those games made me rage so much. The gameplay was wank and it was incredibly repetitive. I just wanted to stop playing. Obi Cat Kitanobi asks, do you really still enjoy WoW? Hasn't it gotten boring and mundane from the times where you were younger? Do you still honestly feel joy and the same magic feels we used to get when playing as kids? To be honest, dude, no I don't. Not really. I still enjoy playing the game with friends and stuff, but it doesn't feel like the same magical game it did when I was younger. Maybe it's because WoW has just stopped surprising me, maybe it's because I've played too many MMOs, or maybe the industry has just caught up and WoW isn't the groundbreaking MMO that it used to be, but I do still enjoy playing. Jasper asks, when am I going to move to the Netherlands? Probably 2017 or 2018, it all depends on finances and how fast I learn the language, because I want to know a bit of Dutch before I move over so I'm not completely alienated. Greeny Gaming asks, what inspired me to become a YouTuber for MMOs and WoW? Well, initially I just wanted to make a few WoW machinima videos because people like Nixium, WoW Krendor, and Mookluk inspired me. I didn't plan on being a YouTuber, that's something that just kind of happened. I didn't even plan on making content for other MMOs until I was a full-time YouTuber and I realised I really wanted to branch out because I was bored of WoW. It just kinda happened, dude. Quain159 asks, would you ever consider doing ordinary Let's Plays on WoW? I think he means like long plays without any editing and stuff, and this is a question I get quite a lot. The answer is no, because my YouTube philosophy is don't upload anything that you wouldn't watch back yourself, and I'm not a fan of long play Let's Plays. I'd feel quite lazy for just uploading that stuff. Cheap Charlie Go asks, what would you destroy first if you die in the Iron Man challenge? Probably nothing, because my soul would have already been destroyed. Fred S asks, will you do a Season 3 Iron Man challenge? Probably not. I think if I die on my druid, then that's it. It's GG at that point. I couldn't bring myself to start again. I can't put myself through the same heartbreak as I went through with Iron Peon. We're not going to die on Iron Peon S though, we're going to make it through to the end. Emerald Killer asks, what did your parents say when you decided to become a YouTuber? I think they were both really confused and didn't realise you could do YouTube full time. So they thought I was pretty stupid and that I quit my job for no reason. Alex Murray asks, would you consider yourself a lesbian? I suppose so, because that means you're into girls, right? Creedbringer asks, do you do anything besides gaming in your free time? Until recently, all I would do is play games and watch documentaries on space, conspiracies, and science, as well as watch anime. But a few days ago, this fucker arrived in the mail. Yeah, we got a guitar again. A few years ago, I used to play guitar in a band, and I loved writing music, and I had to sell all of my guitar and music equipment so I could afford to move to Scotland. However, I finally got enough spare money to have got myself a guitar and amp again, so this year what I want to do is a solo or duo music project in which I'm going to release free music. I think I want to make a mixture between rock and metal with clean vocals, something similar to a band called Hands Like Houses, if any of you guys know them, and just give it away to you guys for free, make a video by myself or something, I don't know, it'll be a lot of fun. Darko Daniel asks, what sports do I like? I'm not really a huge sports person. I used to be back in school, I used to be really good at football and stuff, but I've kind of lost interest in that stuff now. I do really love snowboarding though. I went once and it was the best thing ever. I plan on going snowboarding as soon as I can because I fucking miss it so much. It was the most fun week I've ever had in my life. Dark Plays asks, what is your real name? My real name is Craig, however I'm not going to tell you my second name because I don't want people searching for me on Facebook and spamming the shit out of me. Lord Pixels asks, am I going to do a long series on Black Desert, and if, when? I've thought about doing it, however the problem is the way you level up in that game is basically grinding. I mean, I'd be having a fucking fantastic time because the combat's really fun, but I'll just be doing the same stuff over and over again, and I wouldn't imagine it being too fun to watch. I do want to do more Black Desert videos, I'm just not sure how I'd go about doing it, but maybe. Kellerman Victor asks, do you watch anime? Yes, I do watch anime, however I watch dubbed anime, so that doesn't make me a real anime fan apparently, according to my girlfriend. I've watched Psycho Pass, Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note, Attack on Titan, recently Code Geass, and quite a few other ones, Fairy Tail, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The problem with watching anime for me is I get really into it and I just fucking no-life the series until it's finished. So I'm quite nervous when it comes to watching a new anime series because I won't get any YouTube work done. Pinocchio Slayer asks, tacos or peanuts? Always tacos. Madeline Westbrook asks, what's your favourite band / artist? And that is a really hard question. I'd probably say A Day to Remember though. I'm also a fan of Hands Like Houses, Veil of Maya, Northlane, Volumes, Texas in July. I could just keep listing bands forever, but I'm also a fan of other music like drum and bass, trap, dubstep, lots and lots of genres. I think the only genre I really dislike is pop music. Any other genre, there is some form of music that I will like. Robin Ostveen asks, how long does it take you to make one video? At the moment it's between 8 and 15 hours on average, sometimes longer, which sadly means I can never do daily uploads if I want to maintain my current standard of content, which I do. I am going to be trying incredibly hard in 2016 though to release one video every 2 days. So we'll see how long I can keep that up for. That's me pushing myself though. I'm trying my hardest, guys. Heiser Metal asks, are you planning on going to any events soon, concerts or gaming? Nothing's been confirmed yet, but I would love to go to DreamHack or BlizzCon. BlizzCon is incredibly expensive as someone from the UK though, because of flights and accommodation, so we'll see how I'm doing later in the year. Alika FIFA asks, what grades did I get in school and what jobs have I had before YouTube? In school I finished all of my GCSEs with C grades, which is pretty good. That was the average, that's what I was aiming for. No idea how I got that because I hardly studied, I didn't really put in much effort, and I actually rage quit one of my exams. My first job was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I did that for a year and a half when I was about 16 or 17 and I fucking hated it. Worst job ever. After that I worked at Waitrose Warehouses, which is basically a food chain like a supermarket, an expensive one at that, and there I loaded lorries. That was a pretty decent job, fairly well paid. Then I moved to Scotland and was a dishwasher for a few months before getting promoted to chef because I took a keen interest in cooking. Then I quit that job for YouTube. Nikolai Melikov asks, what's your favourite soup? Favourite soup has to be either carrot and coriander or potato and leek. Madsen Holvad asks, what are you most excited about in Legion? Probably not sitting around in my garrison all day and actually having content. Neil Clark asks, what's your favourite zone aesthetically in WoW? I'm pretty sure it's Old Nagrand because it's such a peaceful, colourful and open zone. It's really nice, although I have a feeling when Legion comes out, that's going to change to High Mountain because that zone is fucking gorgeous. Juso Valas asks, are you going to replace WoW with Black Desert when it comes out? I'm definitely going to replace Warlords with Black Desert because Black Desert comes out before WoW Legion. But it depends on how good WoW Legion is. If it sucks nuts and Black Desert turns out to be really good, then I'll probably just make the switch. But if they're both good games, then I'll just continue to play both. It's too early to tell at the moment. The Gaming Pup asks, what's your favourite place in real life or WoW? Pretty easy question. My bed, because I don't get to spend enough time in it. If I could, I'd sleep for 10 or 12 hours per day. But sadly, I need to get up and do this thing called working. Sam Battle asks, at what age did your love for MMORPGs start? I think it was 12 or 13, after a friend introduced me to RuneScape, because WoW wasn't actually my first MMO, because I didn't have a computer that could play it. But I went around my friend's house, he showed me RuneScape, and I fucking loved the idea of an open world online game where there's other players running around with a sense of progression. That just really captured me. Desix Gaming asks, favourite MMO besides WoW? I think it's Black Desert and Terra, just because the combat in those games are so much fun. Bredham asks, if Legion is a huge flop, do you see yourself quitting WoW for good? Yes, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I think Legion is Blizzard's last chance to redeem themselves. We can't have another Warlords 2.0. I will be gone. Dritten Alu asks, do you plan on playing other games other than MMORPGs? Yes, recently I started up a series called Is It Scary, where I play horror games, which is a lot of fun, and I act like a fucking vagina because I'm so bad at dealing with jump scares. It's ridiculous. I've also covered a few survival games in the past and FPS games. I'm quite a fan of FPS, so if there's some more decent FPS similar to Overwatch, Team Fortress, I'd like to cover those games in the future. Definitely want to get an Overwatch video out there soon, once I get into the fucking thing. But yeah, I do plan on covering other games, but my first love is MMORPGs, so there's always going to be that on the channel. Montel Mallory asks, would you quit WoW for your girlfriend? Luckily, I never have to, because she plays WoW as well, and we play together a lot, which is really cool. But if she was to come up to me one day and give me the ultimatum, she just decides that she absolutely hates WoW, and I have to quit the game or we have to break up, I would probably quit WoW because I love my girlfriend quite a lot. I wouldn't quit YouTube for her though, because I really love what I do for a job. Solomon asks, what do you really look for in an MMORPG, like your favourite aspect? That's a really hard question, and I'm torn between open world and fun gameplay. I think it's a combination of both which I really look for. Games like World of Warcraft, Black Desert and Arcade, where there's absolutely no instancing or phasing or any of that bullshit whilst you're out in the world. I hate instanced MMOs, and the majority of them have a lot of instancing where there's loading screens all the time. It really breaks immersion and pisses me off. Combat is obviously a fucking huge aspect of an MMO because that's something you're doing all the time, whilst leveling and at endgame. Games that do this well are Terra, Blade and Soul, and Black Desert. So this is why my biggest hope for an MMO recently is Black Desert, because it has the open world and the fun combat which I really look for. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm really sorry if I couldn't answer your question. I got sent over 200 questions, which would have obviously been ridiculous to have answered in one Q&A. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do more Q&As in the future, because this has actually been really fun to make. Hope you enjoyed the video. You take it easy, and I'll see you again really soon. Really hurts. Okay, we're okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Fucking root you. Fuck this. Shadow meld. Re-stealth. I'm out of there.